Greg, it's really one of the best stories in NFL history when you think about it. From last pick in the draft to taking the 49ers to the Super Bowl, now to a lucrative contract with a fourth-year man out of Iowa State.
Mike, isn't there just something different about week one of the NFL season? I mean, after months of anticipation, debate, speculation, it all gets settled on the field. New coaches, new teams, rookies playing their first time. Man, it's just an exciting time of year, and I'm pumped to be calling it alongside him.
And they'll bring him down, but not until he gets to the 38-yard line. Set to go now on 1st and 10.
And the 49er first down.
Here's Christian McCaffrey to get things started. And he is planted in the backfield. Defenders crashing through, blow up that play behind the line. After the loss of 3, it is 2nd and 13. Throwing from the gun is Purdy. This throw left side, caught by Kittle. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
And it's 3rd down.
It'll give this one to McCaffrey. And he gets it to midfield, and he gets the first down. Good run. The drive continues.
A gain of 7. First down, San Francisco.
They run once more with McCaffrey. He'll be taken down after a gain of 2. From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd and 8.
It's 2nd and 8.
Here's Purdy. That's caught. Christian McCaffrey. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
Well, this is a great example of the old saying, Mike. You never go broke taking a profit, and give credit to this quarterback. I know it's not the big explosive play he was looking for, but getting the ball into the hands of his running back allowed him to pick up some extra yardage after the catch.
And he's all the way down to the 15-yard line. They get 24 on that one. It's good for a Niners first down.
First down, 49ers.
A run with the man from Louisville, Isaac Guerendo. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
He was brought down at the 13-yard line. Brings up 2nd down.
Now, a handoff to McCaffrey. And the Niners have a 1st and goal forthcoming. Takes this down to the 5-yard line.
And with that run, it puts them on the doorstep of the end zone. This has been a really impressive series up until this point, Mike. I mean, so much that anything less than a touchdown kind of feels like a letdown.
Forced to his right. That is on that corner of the end zone. Jawan Jennings. Touchdown, San Francisco. Some play by the quarterback. He got flushed by the rush, but Greg made the right choice and ends up with a touchdown pass.
The question always is for these quarterbacks, Mike, in this situation, how long does he remain a passer, or then does he just tuck it down and become a runner? I think he does this perfectly, extends the play as long as possible, gives time for his receiver to uncover, and results in a touchdown.
And no return here. This is a touchback. So here are the Seahawks, and a good season last year. 10-7. They lose the tiebreak for the division title to the Rams fall one game short of the Packers to that #7 seed. But this is an organization that feels like its next era, its next chapter is starting to be written.
Yeah, I think so too, and I think a lot of the question now is, can they win this gamble of trading Geno Smith? And Geno Smith brought them a lot of stability post-Russell Wilson. He was a guy they all loved in the locker room, big arm, big throw, really good personality. They send him to Las Vegas to reunite with Pete Carroll, and now they sign Sam Darnold. So the question is, are they getting the Minnesota Vikings Sam Darnold? Because if they do, it's a home run. So I think those are a lot of the questions that swirl. They're talented, they're young on both sides of the ball. If the Sam Darnold signing hits, this is a team that can compete in that division.
He's going to run out of time. They get to him and bring him down. The rookie out of Georgia, Mykel Williams. The first-round pick making an instant impact. A sack here in the season opener. To return is Pearsall. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. So, Greg, here come the Niners. We always talk about the window of opportunity for a championship run. And San Francisco was very close in Super Bowl 58. But a tough season last year, and now the questions of, is this roster as good as it was a couple of years ago?
Well, I think right now San Francisco is dealing a little bit where they're almost a victim of their own success in a lot of ways, Mike, and that happens a lot in this league. Contracts get busy, free agents start leaving, extensions start getting holdouts, all the things that come when you have success as an organization, and they're dealing with a lot of these moving parts. But I still think they are a roster that is built to win. They are a roster that is built to contend for Super Bowls. Can Brock Purdy continue to be that franchise quarterback even after they give him the new money? So I think these are a lot of the questions that are swirling in San Francisco. But if healthy on both sides of the ball and Kyle Shanahan pulling the strings, this is still as good of a roster and a team as we have in the league.
So after the loss on first, here's 2nd and 14. Here's Purdy. They'll try to set up the screen to McCaffrey. And a big gain out of bounds as time runs down. An exclamation point to end this first quarter. It's the 49ers with the football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with 1st and 10. He'll go play action. Purdy. Oh, he doesn't put it away, and the ball's out. The Seahawks scoop it up into space. And he is going to bring this one back. It is a fumble recovery for a defensive touchdown. Greg, what a terrible play for the offense. You're trying to gain some momentum. Here you not only lose the handle of the ball, you hand the defense 6 points.
And Mike, how often do we see that when a player loses the ball, his confidence is not far behind? And I think in this case, that's where the coaching comes in. Put your arm around him. Hey, we're giving you the ball in this next possession. We believe in you. They've got to get this player back into the flow of the game after that back-breaking turnover that led to the defensive touchdown.
Terrific return. He's taken down just shy of midfield. Here's Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers offense coming back onto the field. And he's been a big component of the passing game so far. You see the numbers here in the first half. This defense will need to find a way to key in on him because he's eating them up right now. The drive starts with a carry by McCaffrey.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys are all rallying to the ball, and they bring him down for a short gain.
McCaffrey, first down and more. And he's in! Christian McCaffrey, touchdown, 49ers. Big play out of the running game as the back accelerates all the way to the house for the rushing touchdown.
And Mike, when we talk about burst, that's what we're talking about. And they told us all week, be ready for this guy. He's got something special to him. is exactly what they're talking about.
Out now is the punter, Morstead. Following the touchdown, he sends this away. The return team going to let that one go. He'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Seahawks offense make their way out to take over once more. Greg, you take a peek back and look at the NFC West in totality. You just are reminded of how quick things change. I don't think anybody in the country thought the 49ers would be the last place team in this division last year. Shows you, one, how changeable it is, but also the quality of teams in this division.
Absolutely. And I mean, they were the Super Bowl favorite, at least out of the NFC a year ago, and then to find themselves 6-11 at the bottom and looking up, pretty remarkable. But to your point, it just shows health, a little bit of good fortune. The other teams in your division, if they're a little weaker, your path is stronger. There's so many elements. The way the NFL schedule is set up, it's all tied. If you're good, we're trying to bring you back down towards the middle. If you're bad, we're trying to bring you up towards the middle. It's a league of parity. It's a league of ups and downs. And the teams that can break through that and sustain success, we got to give them a lot of credit.
And what I love about this division, Greg, is the different philosophical challenges that defenses see. We know Kyle Shanahan does with the Niners. The Rams and Sean McVay always at the top end of the game. Kevin Givens working his way in to register his first sack of the new season.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the third sack of the game. This defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Well, they'll get some of the sack yards back, but it's still going to leave them with third down.
After that first down sack, I think we both kind of looked at each other and said, all right, well, there goes this drive. But a really nice job there in the passing game on second down. That big chunk brings them from second and long to now at least third and manageable.
That one on target to Moore. First catch for him on this new season. And it results in a first down.
I'd like to see them do a better job here the rest of the game, Mike, just disguising the coverage from the pre-snap look to the post-snap look. And what I mean is, when you have a quarterback at this level, and what they see before the ball's in their hands is the exact same thing they see once they do get the ball, everything is just so much easier for them to process. Change the look, change the coverages, move your safeties. Make the quarterback have to process with the ball in his hand.
So they move inside the 20, first and 10 at the 18. They'll run it for the first time. Here comes Zach Charbonnet. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
On second down, it's Darnold. This is caught 2. And he's taken down, but they are in business. This sets up first and goal.
16 yards. And that's good for another Seahawks. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Off the play fake, it's Darnold. And he'll take it on in. Robbie Oots. Touchdown Seahawks. For Sam Darnold, career touchdown pass 99. He's one away from 100, but that's number 1 as a Seahawk. The kickoff team is out of the field, and we're back to it as the kicks away. Now Watkins on the return. Ooh. And this will work out quite well. He'll get us all the way out to the 30-yard line. Here's Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers offense coming back onto the field. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him. And your offensive line has had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half.
Well defended there, and quarterbacks trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. They'll come up here, first and 10.
San Francisco.
They run straight ahead with McCaffrey. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
These negative runs, they just make everything for the play caller that much more difficult, Mike. So they've got to find a way to be more efficient on these early downs, meaning first and second down, because if not, you find yourself the entire game in third and pass, and that's what every single defense in the league is trying to do.
I had a defender draped all over him. Incomplete. Good work to body him up and set up a third down. Out of the gun, here's Purdy. Throw on there, caught by Kittle. Call it a gain of 13. First down, 49.
Gain of 13 yards. First down, 49ers.
Up the middle, here's McCaffrey. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this first half. Second down and 8. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll pick his way forward. A gain of about 5. And that's going to set up third down.
At this point, we're going to need two hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
We need 2. Here's Purdy. He's got his man. Completes a Pearsall. And he's going to pick up the first down. He knew where that marker was and made sure he got beyond it.
First down.
Here's McCaffrey. And he takes it down to the 15-yard line. That is a gain of 15, halfway there as he's down at the 15.
First down, San Francisco.
They'll run the toss with McCaffrey. And they continue to churn out first down. What a drive. It continues now with first and goal.
What a great run down here inside the red zone, Mike. It's so important that you still can run the ball. Great job here by the back. I thought for a minute he was going to score. He gets it all the way down inside the 1, and I wouldn't be surprised if they let him finish this drive off.
Now Purdy. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Brandon Ayuk. Touchdown, San Francisco.
You know, we spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. Now let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here, going into halftime, changes this entire game.
That's going to be caught. So add a couple more points, and they add to their lead. They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback.
First and 10. At their own
From the 35, it's first and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. That's caught. It's Kenneth Walker. Here's second and 6. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts.
At the 39-yard line.
It is second and 6. Here's Darnold. Gonna look deep, looking for more. That's gonna be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Here's Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers offense coming back onto the field. You know, Greg, you start to think about, okay, who are the teams that didn't make the playoffs last year that have a chance this year? Look, it happens every year. We just have to identify who they are. Who are a couple top of mind for you as we start 2025?
You know, as I start in the AFC, I think the Cincinnati Bengals. And you got to think the way their season ended last year, they rattle off 5 of them straight, really on the back of Joe Burrow. We could have made the argument that they're a playoff team, but Joe Burrow was the best player. I mean, he was incredible. Most weeks, Mike, he single-handedly carried that offense. Now, new defensive coordinator in Al Golden coming from the college ranks. Can he just make that defense in Cincinnati average? Because if they just play a little bit better with that high-profile offense, I think they're a team. They may not win the division with Baltimore, but they're going to be close and maybe at least get one of those wild card spots.
Why don't you flip it over? Who are the guys you're watching in the NFC?
You know, I think Dallas is going to find themselves, just the fact that I know the division is difficult. Obviously, Philadelphia remains really strong. Does Washington kind of regress a little bit back now in year 2? They were a high-profile, big splash team of last year. Do they regress to the median? Time will tell. But I think healthy Dallas, healthy Dak, healthy Micah Parsons, that roster that we saw play last year is not the roster on paper that we expected to see. So I think Dallas has a chance. I think San Francisco always is going to be a team, again, dealt with their own injuries last year with McCaffrey and all this stuff on defense. So I think San Francisco and Dallas are 2 perennial teams we expect to be in the playoff hunt. They missed out last year. I wouldn't be shocked to see them back in it again this year.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Purdy. A throw there on 2nd down, going to be incomplete.
And it was really the pressure that threw that play off, Mike. I mean, he tries to counter the blitz by going to the quick game, which is fine, but it just seemed like they weren't necessarily on the same page and results in a drop.
That's caught by McCaffrey. And he will not quite get to the marker. Good job there defensively. And now, decision time. What are you going to do on 4th down? Here's Purdy. And he's going to have the 1st down. So taking a chance there, playing with the lead, but it works out for them.
1st down, San Francisco.
Play action. Here's Purdy. Forced out to his right. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away. And that'll set up 2nd down. Play action now. Purdy. That one to the sideline is over everybody. But now a penalty flag will come in. They may get him for grounding. The task now, a really tough one. 3rd and very long. They'll throw again with Purdy. That's complete to Pearsall. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the 1st. It'll bring up 4th down.
49ers field goal. A 52-yard attempt.
Udi's kick is good. And the Niners will extend their lead.
And this is what you want. I mean, you clearly have the advantage, but you want to continue to apply pressure. Can you score every time you get the ball? They're able to do that here. They tack on 3 and extend their lead.
The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. The Seahawks offense getting ready for their opening possession of this second half. You know, Greg, early on, it's always new faces in different places. Off-season movement, what caught your eye?
I think there's so many good ones. We're talking about Stephon Diggs. He ends up in New England, and Cooper Kupp now. He's moving on to Seattle from the Rams, but I think it's the guy the Rams signed to replace him, Davante Adams. I know he's not the youngest anymore, but watching him play in New York with Aaron Rodgers last year with the Jets, he can still run, he can still make every catch, he can still go up and compete.
And the rush gets home. He'll go down. They got him.
So after picking up some positive yardage on first down, they end up going backwards on second. That sack now brings up third and long, and but most of the time is a very pass-happy situation, makes them very one-dimensional.
He'll get this out wide. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's fourth down. This brought in out past the 20. And he'll get forward for a few yards on the return. That's where the offense will take over. A look there at Kyle Shanahan, his 49ers heading back onto the field. Now, Greg, as we get the season going, obviously the adjustment to last year's new kickoff rules in place. We talked to a lot of coaches during the year. Folks didn't seem too bothered about letting the other team have the ball at the 30-yard line after a touchback. But the 35-yard line, I don't know, does that feel any different to you?
You know, it does, and I think the part that people don't talk about enough, Mike, is the impact that it's making on going forward on fourth down, not settling for field goals. Because remember, in the old days, if you got stopped inside the 5 or you scored inside the 5, it was all the difference of if I kicked a touchback, they got the ball at 20. It wasn't that much of a spread, but now all of a sudden, is it in my best interest to settle for a field goal and kick off when I could give you the ball at the 35? Or even if I fail down there tight in the red zone on the 3, you now possess the ball inside your own 5-yard line. So I think that's an element now that's causing offenses to go for more touchdowns, kick less field goals, because the ensuing kickoff is giving my opponent the ball in much more favorable territory.
You know, the other rule that is adjusted are overtimes in the regular season will mirror playoff overtime. Each team getting the ball. I'm so happy, Greg, because I just felt so incomplete when a team got to overtime, but then their offense, which may be the best part of the team, never got on the field.
Yeah, and I couldn't agree more. And you hear everyone saying, oh, well, just get a stop. Well, it's that legendary game between Mahomes and Josh Allen where neither team stopped them. It was just an offensive touchdown festival. So you won a coin toss and you get the ball. Well, the other team's defense hadn't gotten a stop the whole game. If Josh Allen got the ball first, he probably would have scored on a walk-off. So I love the idea of both teams getting the ball. If a game is good enough to go to overtime, let's finish it. We don't need to be in a rush. There's no curfew. Let's let the guys finish it on the field. A lot more similar to how the regular game goes and not have significantly different game flow come overtime.
Second down, it's McCaffrey. Had to push through that one tackler, but he is wrapped up right at the line of scrimmage.
Taken down right at the line of scrimmage.
Third and 10.
No gain on the play. And it brings up third down.
Out of the gun. It's Purdy. The connection made to Ayuk. And a good job here defensively. They did not let him get away. He's well short of the first down marker. It's too long for a field goal. They'll go for it here on fourth down. Now Purdy. This one incomplete. The defense up to the challenge there. They force the incompletion, and they'll take the ball over on down. This drive starts on the ground with Walker. He'll manage only a couple. Michael Williams, the first-round pick, is there for the stop.
2 yards
From the 43, here's 2nd and 8. from the gun, it's Darnold. And he's going to be taken down. They sack him on what will be the final play of this third quarter. We are through 3 quarters here on NFL Kickoff Weekend. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. From the shotgun, here's Darnold. Open man, right side, he's got it. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. 1st and 10.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
Thrown quickly, that's more on the RPO. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
Second and 5 at the 49ers' 41-yard line.
Now Darnold. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
It's a loss of 6.
That is Malik Mustafa, the hard-hitting safety, coming on the rush that time. He makes the play. Here's a 3rd and 10. Darnold. To the left side, into the hands of Moore. And he's out of bounds all the way inside the 15-yard line. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 33 yards.
First and 10 at the 12-yard
On
line.
1st and 10, here's Darnold. And not liking anything downfield, he'll just get this to the sideline. It is incomplete. They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Darnold to throw. The 2nd down throw is incomplete.
At this stage of the game, things haven't been going your way, so one more mistake, it could just be too much to overcome. So a nice decision there. Just throw it away out of bounds and give your team a fighting chance.
On the run to the right. And he'll get into the slide here, but he's going to be well short of the 1st down. Pressure's on. Here's the veteran, Jason Myers. This to get back to a 1-possession game. And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they are indeed back within 1 score.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through, and they get 3.
The Niners offense get those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. They work with a 6-point advantage as they start this drive on 1st and 10. Play fake to McCaffrey. Now Purdy. Headed left, buying time. Now he takes off. And he'll wind up getting about 4 before he's shown the sideline. From 31, here's 2nd and 5. To the right side, this is McCaffrey. That one never got started. Defensive pressure too much, and they drop him in the backfield.
You know at this point the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on 3rd down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
Over the middle to Kittle. It'll be a pickup of 10. It's good for a Niners 1st down.
It's a gain of 10.
So this is a part of the game that everybody works on, Mike. They call it 4-minute offense, and you don't necessarily have to have 4 minutes on the clock. But the whole idea is we possess the ball late in the 4th quarter with the lead. The goal is we want to end the game with the ball. So that 3rd down conversion is going to go a long way. Protect the ball, continue to pick up 1st downs. If they do that, I don't even think their opponent sees the ball again.
You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far, and it draws the flag. Purdy going to give this to Guerendo. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Running back looked a little unsure of himself on that carry there, Mike. You have to think back to that fumble earlier in the game. How much is that still weighing on his mind? He didn't really seem to attack that hole like we've seen in the past. He gets stopped. No game.
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
A bit of a quick hitter here. And what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot. But they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short game.
On third down, it's Purdy. Right back to Kittle. That's another one. And a good short tackle right there. It stops him a good distance short of the marker. It sets up fourth down. The 49ers out to punt this one as they try to play the field position game here, protecting a fourth quarter lead. He lost the football. As this is going to go out of bounds, but it's a moot point really because it ends up being a turnover on downs. Darnold now on 1st and 10. Smith-Njigba left side. He's got it.
Nice job here by the defense. Did a good job just covering up everything for the most part. So once this ball was caught, really didn't have much of a choice but to just head out of bounds and pick up a modest gain.
Darnold now to throw. Looking Smith-Njigba's way again. And again a catch. Inside the 10. And what an effort after the catch. He goes all the way. 80 yards. Touchdown, Seattle. The kick is good. And 1-1 as they take the lead here in the fourth quarter. So now playing with the lead after that fourth quarter touchdown. Time to kick it back the other way. Now Watkins on the return. He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. The Niners offense ready to come back out for this next possession. They'll begin with 1st and 10. That is caught out wide on the RPO. And he's out of bounds up beyond the 45-yard line. All 3 timeouts plus the 2-minute warning remain as we get set for 1st and 10. He'll go play action. Purdy. Throw left side complete to Pearsall. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. They'll come up for 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. Moving to his right. This to the right side, but it's going to wind up incomplete. Here comes 2nd down. Back to the air is Purdy. This throw left side, caught by Kittle. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Number 7 so far in this one. And a 1st down. On the run, McCaffrey. And the left 1st and goal. He is down inside the 10-yard line. Now Seattle going to use the first of their timeouts. Clock stops with 1:06 to go in this one. And they'll run here with McCaffrey. And he's taken down. That will get them a bit closer. Every yard going to help the field goal kick Seahawks, that is their second. The stoppage comes with just over a minute to play in this one. They'll run here. And this is a touchdown. They were not going to be denied. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute of play. All right, now, what can the Niners do as they face a big two-point conversion here? They're going to try to run it in. And he will get into the end zone for the 2 and extend the lead to 7 points. So the kickoff team out there one final time in the final minute as they kick it away. He's going to elect not to bring this one out. Probably a wise decision as this ball comes out to the 35. The Seahawks offense ready to take over once again. We'll try to establish some tempo. They start this one with 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, it's Darnold. Left side, that's Akins. And he's out of bounds on the pass play, but that's good for 8 yards. They come up for 2nd and 2.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Throwing, Darnold. He's going to look deep. Going to Cup. That's going to be incomplete. Coverage very good there. Contact jarring the ball loose. And it's going to force 3rd down. Here's Darnold. He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And it's a touchdown. They have gotten to within 1. And a 2-point conversion can give them the lead here in the final minute. So they're not level yet. A critical extra point attempt to follow. The extra point is good. A big one as we are tied late in this football game. We are in the final minute of what is now a tie game as we are set for the kickoff. Now, Watkins on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Here's Christian McCaffrey and the 49ers offense coming back onto the field. This game all even now following that touchdown a moment ago, and they'll look to retake the lead on this drive that starts with 1st down. Shotgun snap to Purdy. Ayuk makes the catch right side. And they'll mark him down just shy of the 40. The Niners will use the first of their timeouts, and they'll stop with 28 seconds to go in the game. 2 timeouts still in their back pocket. It's 1st and 10. That's complete to Pearson. It'll be taken down, but it takes them across midfield down to the 40-yard line. Timeout 49ers. That is their second. Clock to stop. 21 seconds to go in the game. Here's McCaffrey. And he'll be out of bounds inside the 30-yard line. Let's give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another 1st down. Now McCaffrey. And he's taken down, and now they can take this all the way down, all the time out, and set up the game-winning field goal try. And we are set for a great finish. Timeout, 2 seconds remaining in the game. So Jake Moody on in this big situation. This to win the game. Now Seattle will use the final timeout. So Jake Moody on in this big situation. This one he's got to have. This kick is good. And it's celebration time. A walk-off victory on the game's final play. So, a win here for our visitors, the 49ers. They move to 1-0 as they earn this victory in the division, no less, here in Week 1. So, that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen,